What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Marvel Studios just released a big trailer, pretty emotional trailer as well. If you all watched it and you got kind of emotional watching it, because it basically showed us the buildup from the comics to the MCU to where we are at right now, to a tease of the future that Marvel Studios gives us in this trailer. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know how you felt. This trailer is really cool because it shows things from the very start of Marvel with Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and it celebrates really everything that has been built from Marvel Studios so far, the comics, the MCU. It is titled Celebrating 85 Years of Marvel, which if you think about it, 85 years, that's insane. And luckily we've all had the pleasure to be alive for some of that so far. But the biggest thing about this Celebrating 85 Years of Marvel trailer is that they do a ton of teases for the future of the MCU, including showing us official looks at Daredevil, Ironheart, Red Hulk. Now, you might have already seen these on the channel before because we did go over the leaks and we did show some stills. However, we can now officially show the footage without having to worry about copyright now. Plus, there are a ton of new things that Kevin Feige teases in this trailer, so let's go ahead and break it on down. And they are teasing things past the multiverse saga as well. So not just teasing what's going to happen between now and the end of Avengers Secret Wars, but everything to come after. And Kevin Feige kind of hints at that in the beginning. He starts naming off essentially different characters and teams, and he specifically goes to the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. Then kind of towards the end of the trailer at about the minute 55 mark, we see pop up on the screen, "We've only just begun," which is kind of a crazy statement to wrap your head around, considering everything that we've gotten, not just from Marvel Studios and the MCU, but everything from Marvel in general. All these years of comics, everything that we've gotten them from OG Fantastic Four to the X-Men starting, to Spider-Man starting, to the MCU starting, and just everything that we have now. And what's really wonderful is that for the most part, with the exception of Spider-Man, now Marvel Studios has everything, and they can essentially do whatever they want now, even with Spider-Man because they have that deal with Sony. So this is the first time in history that they can do whatever they want in the MCU. We can now have, like Kevin Feige was talking about, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers in the same universe with Spider-Man and other characters, of course. And that is our future for the MCU. And in the trailer, we hear some people talk, and we hear today we look at the future. Then it shows what I just mentioned. We've only just begun. And the first thing we see right after that is our first official look from Marvel Studios of the Thunderbolts in full outfits too. The elevator opens up and we can see on the right side, we see Yelena Belova. On the right of her, we can see U.S. Agent John Walker, who was at one point in time Captain America in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Obviously not anymore, but he still does have a shield, and you can see him carrying that shield in this scene. Then to the left, of course, we have Bucky, who is a congressman now. It'll be interesting to see if he still maintains that position after all of the stuff that he's going to get into with the Thunderbolts team. To the left of him, we have Ghost. She is officially back, and to the left of her, we have Red Guardian, Alexei Shostakov. I'm so glad he's back, and Yelena, and everybody really, because I really loved the Red Guardian character. I really love Yelena, and again, all of the characters, and I think this movie is actually going to be very, very good, and if anything, a lot better than Black Widow, even though I didn't really dislike that movie too much. It's not the best by any means, but I do believe the Thunderbolts are going to be many steps above that film, and a lot of other films, actually. I do believe that this film's going to be pretty good. It is important to note that Taskmaster is not in this scene, but I believe she's in kind of the back left side of that elevator because we've seen in the leaked trailer that was out her all throughout the Thunderbolts trailer. She's going to play a big role in the Thunderbolts team. I think they're just squished in this elevator and she's in the back there. Then from this scene, we get a new look at Captain America Brave New World, where Sam Wilson steps on the shield just like Steve Rogers would, flips it up to his arm, catches it. We know Sam Wilson gets a new suit in this, so I'm wondering if they use the magnetic version where it just flips up and then it just magnetically connects to his arm. We do know that he is going to get vibranium wings. And rumor has it that his whole entire suit might actually be made out of vibranium. And if we think about kind of what he's going to go up against in this film, the Red Hulk, That makes a ton of sense because Sam Wilson does not have the super soldier serum, and in the first trailer, they kind of make a point of that. President Ross tells him, "You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers." And this was kind of a big point in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well, with Sam Wilson deciding if he should take the super soldier serum or not. And we know that he never took it, so he does not have the strength and the durability that Steve Rogers had. So instead, they're obviously going to, one, focus on that because we know Thunderbolt Ross is still messing with the super soldier serum. That's why he became the Red Hulk. But two, they're going to have to figure out other means for Sam Wilson to be as strong as Steve Rogers was, and they're going to do that via the suit that he has and via his ability to fly. With the suit, with his wings, and in the first trailer, we even saw him break the sound barrier. So I do think they're actually going to have a really good story for Captain America Brave New World, and at the end of this, after Stan Lee says Excelsior, they do show us our first official look at Red Hulk. Now again, we have uploaded this before to our Instagram, our Facebook. If you're not following us there, you should be. But now we can post it on here, and I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on what they think about how Harrison Ford's Red Hulk looks. And what do you think about his roar? A lot of people think it sounds really similar, if not identical, to Mark Ruffalo's roar as his Hulk, which we kind of don't have anymore. He's not the rageful, normal Hulk that we're used to. Now we get Red Hulk, who seemingly is going to take that role, at least temporarily. So please go ahead and let me know what you think about how he looks and how he sounds. Now we also get a new look at Daredevil, and it's very quick, but you can take a look at his new suit, take a look at his eyes, they look awesome, and in the trailers that were released at SDCC and D23, we know that Kingpin and Daredevil are kind of going to be working not really together, but kind of alongside each other to do the same thing, which is going to be to take down Muse. We know that Kingpin runs for mayor and does indeed become mayor, and all of this is going to come to fruition in the Daredevil Born Again first season, because a season 2 has already been greenlit. It is coming, but in the first season, Kingpin and Daredevil will work together to take out Muse. In the trailer that was already shown, we see Daredevil, or Matt Murdock, and Kingpin sitting together at a diner, at a restaurant together. They're sharing a booth and they're talking, and basically Matt Murdock ends up threatening Kingpin and says, "All right, we're kind of doing the same thing. We're kind of going after the same guy, but if you step out of line, I'm going to make you pay for it." And Kingpin says, "Is it going to be Matt Murdock, or is it going to be the darker side of you? Is it going to be the Daredevil?" Because remember, he did indeed learn in the Netflix series that Matt Murdock is the Daredevil. And that's one thing that is really cool about this series. They said they went back, and when they did all of these reshoots for this show, a lot of people were really worried. However, we have recently learned, thanks to the cast and the crew, that they did go back and actually made it more canon to the Netflix show. So it's going to connect a lot more to what we've already seen from the Netflix show than it did before. So that is just super awesome. Now, the last new thing that they show us here is a brief clip of Ironheart. It shows her in a new suit, and from the trailers that we saw again at SDCC and D23, we know that she gets mixed up with a new group and kind of steals for her parts. The Hood is going to be the villain of this show, and he is going to use magic, and they've already told us that this show is basically going to be kind of tech-verse magic. And a lot of people are wondering if they're going to kind of go down a comic accurate route, if she is going to be involved with Stark Industries. Will Pepper Potts show up in this film? And of course, the big one that Deadline reported on forever ago is Mephisto going to show up. They said Sacha Baron Cohen has been cast in this, he's in it, and they believe he's playing Mephisto. Will that actually happen? We'll have to wait and see. So they tease us of what is to come for Phase 6, but also at the same time, the overall kind of story that they are telling with this new trailer just teases the future of the MCU in general. And they show us a lot of characters, from the Scarlet Witch, to Black Panther, to Agatha, to Captain America. I'm pretty sure they're basically foreshadowing what we're going to see in Avengers Secret Wars. All of these characters finally coming together in one place. And then after that, we finally get, from the beginning, a universe where they can tell the story from ground zero of Marvel with everyone inside of it. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, maybe the Inhumans, hopefully we just get everyone, because that is the future of the MCU. That is what Marvel is telling us here. We have a lot of really cool projects left before we get to the next saga, but the past 85 years have been fantastic, and hopefully the next 85 years will be even better. So go ahead, let me know what you think about this trailer in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the new footage that we just saw. What are you most excited about for Phase 6 and the future of the MCU? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things with the MCU. You can find us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, also Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.